I'm sorry, we had to take that quick technical break and we're right back. So, Sani Musa, I'm sure you can hear me now.
Yeah, very well, Mr. Samuel.
So now, you were actually making mention earlier about solar energy and electrification. So now, let's see how we can integrate that into transportation. Looking at the fact that this current administration is keen into, CNG buses and all of that. And I'm sure since you were back home 2 weeks ago, you're aware of the current price of PMS down here in Nigeria. So a lot of persons are trying to integrate into using electric cars and electric motorbikes if policies are being allowed for them to get those into the country. So how can solar energy play in electrifying transportation and as well as buildings?
Okay. So yeah, I was in Nigeria 2 weeks ago, and I know what the situation is back home, as regards how people struggle to fuel their vehicles. Very expensive. Transportation is becoming a luxury nowadays. So solar can play a very big role because with solar you can have electric vehicles. With solar you can have charging stations. With solar you can have a lot of options, clean options and very cost-effective options. Let me tell you, China as of today, over 90% of the car sales in China are electric vehicles. Taxis that are being used in China are mostly electric vehicles. And what does this tell you is that this shows you the possibility of things like solar happening or driving change and also reducing the cost of transportation in major economies. So if Nigeria, for instance, we can have this solar in place or in the setting, that means we can massively cut down the cost of transportation. Not just that, but also cut down the reliance on fossil fuels, which continues to become a problem in the country. Too many queues as to how to get this kind of fossil, and also paying a very big amount of money just to get fossil fuel. So, but there is a problem. As I was mentioning to you that it was so unfortunate that I read a comment by someone who said they were stopped from importing electric bikes, something that could provide a solution to the country, something that could help a lot of citizens. And now it is being banned, it is being stopped. I didn't verify, but of course, that tells you that there is a problem somewhere that we need to fix as a country. But solar is here to stay, and solar is already driving change in some economies. I mentioned to you Australia, I mentioned to you Uruguay, I mentioned to you Portugal, I mentioned to you China, which is the global leader, and a lot of other countries like the US. So if we can try to deploy this kind of mechanisms, the solar will definitely drive down the cost of transportation, as well as make the transportation sector very clean and sustainable in that way. And people can be able to have cheaper mode of energy usages. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Sani Musa, for joining us on today's edition of Midday Discuss. Sadly, this is how much time would permit us to take. We hope to have conversations in line with energy and energy generation again maybe next time.
No worries. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you so much for staying tuned. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as we extract other aspects of topical conversations affecting Nigeria and the general public. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.